Everyone enjoys getting out on the town for some live music. And there's nothing like going backstage and down the hall for a VIP pass to the inside information and interviews with the bands, singers, and songwriters that you enjoy. Welcome to All Around Town Radio.
Working for the weekend, and I want to see a show. I flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man on there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So all around town radio show is where I go for the latest planned info. So all around town radio show for the music that troubles my soul. It's the all around town radio.
Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to the program today at 5 live here from the All Around Town Radio Studios. How you doing out there? You guys all right today? Hope you're doing okay. Let me check in and see who's checking in here. We got a bunch of people checking in today. What's up, Marie? How are you? Thanks for being here. Glenn checking in on the YouTube channel. Kareem in the house. What's going on, Kareem? Good to have you with us. Gina McCann, the lovely, beautiful voice like butter with cayenne pepper. Gina McCann. And tell Timmy I said he's a jerk. That's all I got to say. I love Timmy. But, you know, he was making fun of my hat the other night. He was. But that's just Tim. I got a good picture of him, though, on our page. I did. A really good picture. Hi, Steve Stein. How are you? Ray Renee in the house. Hi to you and hi to everyone else, she says. All right, Scotty Long in the house. Good to have you with us today. Jim McCarthy. Mr. Bobblehead himself, he's calling me now. Thank you. Rob Paisley on the YouTube channel. Thank you. The Sideshow Band is in the house. Mike is here. Hi, Mike. What's going on from the Whammies? Dewey in the house. Tim, thank you for joining us today. Hollywood, got to see him over the weekend. We'll talk about that here in just a little bit. Chime in on that if you're still on here when we get to that, Hollywood. It's crazy. It was crazy. What's going on, Jim? Gina, good to have you with us today. Trying to get the eyes focused on all this crap. How you doing? Jim Kilroy. Going to be driving, so no more comments. All right, Jimmy, be safe. Don't watch me because I got a face for radio, man. Watch the traffic. There you go. Hi, Mike said beautiful weather out here. Sean Cooper in the house on YouTube. What's up, man? Just had a little post on the Facebook page about him today and Milano's. They do great things there. We got to see Shane DeMoss there on Wednesday. We'll talk about it in a few minutes. Rick Kern in the house. How you doing, Rick? Yeah, got me a Black Bone Cat shirt I'm going to wear here in a few weeks, or maybe even tomorrow. No, well, we'll see when I wear that, but it's got to be at the right moment. It's got to be when I really see a Black Bone Cat show. That's what I want to do for sure. Rick Kern in the house. Good to have you with us, my friend. Tim, he says he's playing Friday night acoustic at 16 Lots with Missing Pieces at Kings in Lebanon. Okay. There you go. Thank you for that. Send me that, Tim. I'll add it to the list for Thursday, man. I will. All right. Chelsea in the house. Chelsea Renee, how are you? Good to see you. Is that a new name for somebody I know? I can't see the icon. Yes. Hi, Craig Ballard. Hi, Rachel. Good to see your smiling face on here. Absolutely. Tim is saying congratulations on XM Radio, LOL. Yeah. That was an April Fool's joke, people. Thanks for all your messages, though, and the great support I got out of that. And on my personal page, I was touring with Bret Michaels this summer, too. That was April Fool's as well. I will not be touring with Bret Michaels. Why would I be doing that, right? Not at all. Lots of good stuff. All right. Just booked a Monday wedding. Wow. That's crazy. I've never heard of a Monday wedding, but okay. Whatever turns them on. Guys, I'm trying to get to your comments. Here's Tiffany May from Shortest Stable. Yes, it is Gina McCann. That's who I thought it was. And, you know, she's got to have a stage name now, I guess. She was known to me as Chelsea Calloway, the wonderful voice of Chelsea Calloway. Now it's Chelsea Renee. That's the way it works. All right, guys, I've got to get to some stuff today. If you saw somebody play over the weekend or the week and you didn't place it on our page for when we called for that on Sunday, in the comments, you can throw it in today. We'll try to get it up on the screen, give them a little recognition. Also mention the venue because the venues are as important as the musicians, because without venues, the musicians have nowhere to play. Keep that in mind, except their basements and garages, and we don't want to go back to that crap from COVID. No. Hi, Kara. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being there on Friday night. And Scotty said the Leonard Skinner tribute was a nice touch for a terrible CMT award. Yeah, I got to have a show all day on that. I lost 3 hours of my life last night watching that. I did. And there's the 800 numbers rolling in again. Yeah, I couldn't get those 3 hours back out of my life. Yes, it was crazy bad. You know, and I don't care what anybody says, hate him or love him or whatever. I think the world loves him, though. I got to give props to the guy Jelly Roll, man, with his comments he made when he got his awards. He seems to be pretty humble about it, and he seems to be very grateful. And you don't see a lot of that anymore in the world. So I'll give him big props and congratulations. But all award shows make me want to puke. They really do. And I don't know why I got sucked into that one, but I watched it. I did. So we're seeing all these people. Tiffany said she saw Short of Stable at the Dublin Pub. Well, I hope you did. You were singing in the damn band. Absolutely. Sean Poole's up to 84 shows for the year so far. Well, keep them cranking, Sean. Hi, Pete. Thank you for being here. Hi, Carol. Thank you. Mike said he saw Billy Rock. Yeah, Billy Rock rocks. That's a great name for that band, the Billy Rock Band, because they are a wonderful band. So let me talk about a little bit of the stuff that we did over the last week. And thank you for joining us today on April 3rd. Gosh, it's April already. Welcome to Backstage Hall Pass from Hall Around Town Radio Studios in beautiful downtown Springboro, Ohio. If you're out there and you want to make a comment, if you haven't been on before, please give us a shout. Let us know. Hi, Pat Riley. Hi, Brad Martin. Got a lot of good people in here. Kevin O'Neill, Quentin Fife from Ladder. Lola's in the house. How you doing, Lola? Thanks for being here today, guys. So your number one source for live local music news, bands, venues, and more is right here at Hall Around Town Radio. So don't forget to share the shows when we're talking about local musicians, especially our Thursday show, which you guys did share like crazy this week. 4.2 thousand views on that one. Thank you for that, people. Love you for that one. And we appreciate that. It was a great show on Thursday. And really, the live was really kind of slow. So it picked up over the weekend. Had a lot of people watching and checking it out. So thank you for that. And the algorithm stuff and all the whatever they call that shit, all the things you can find out. Come on, Ray, help me with the word. I'm losing it here. All your analytics, I guess, so to speak, giving you information. We're definitely out there being heard in the tri-state. That's where a majority of our viewers are from. We do get the occasional viewer in Mogadishu or something, but that happens. But that's the way it works. It's good stuff. John Barry, thank you for being here. It is a beautiful day. Thank you. And I'll throw that one up in the comments. Mike said saw School of Rock Kids opening day at Great American. That's awesome. That's fantastic. Glenn saw a bunch of people. I'll throw that one in there as well. Got to see Sweet Sister Mercy, our friends. I had a gig that night, or I'd have been there for sure. That would have been a good one. And Ray says, yes, analytics. It takes a minute for me to get that brain cranked up, Ray. And once I get it cranked, I can remember it. And oh, yeah, I did. I said a 4-letter word, didn't I? I did channel my inner Karis. Sorry, folks. Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? I better get this right real quick before we get into who we saw over the weekend. Remember, folks, the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of our sponsors. Thank you. Yes, our sponsors. You know how that goes. and any entities they may represent. I had that covered up, so I've got to show that now. There we go. Now, if I can get it off the damn screen, I'll be good. All right, there we go. All right. So 4.2 thousand views Thursday. Thank you for sharing, guys. Thanks for getting the word out on our list. We call it of who's playing out, brought to you by Froggies in Monroe every week. And we sure appreciate that one. So it's National Chocolate Mousse Day and National Find a Rainbow Day. Not Taste the Rainbow, but Find a Rainbow Day today. So those are your national days, just in case you were wondering, because I know everyone sits on the edge of their seat waiting for that. Sean, I'll pop that up there. He's doing a show with Wade Jennings. All right. CMA Fest will be fun. That's always a great time in Nashville, but that Broadway area has really gotten bad. I hate to say it, but last time I was down there, it's changed so much. And a little rough late at night, too, sometimes out in the streets. So I'm not looking for a kid's fight in the street. That's not what I'm into anymore. I like to go hear good music. For sure, for sure. Pat Riley, thank you for that. Patrick O'Neill, Excalibur was off the charts at Drew's on the River down near Cincy. Thank you. And Gina got to catch some of Second Wind. There is no National Scott Hall Day. Never going to happen. And that's good, too. Yes. Hi, David Thornton of David Thornton Acoustic. And David Thornton Musician. And David Thornton Rocks. He does. All right. Don't forget to send us your ideas for Hot Topic Tuesday with Karis and I. Would love to have your hot topics come towards us. We'll pick one and use it for the week. So throw it our way. If you have one in our DMs, as she likes to say, slide into the DMs and give us that. And we'll be glad to feature yours on the show, on future shows. All right, this week, Wednesday, I'm going to tell you what I did. You tell me what you did out there. If you got to see somebody great, put it in the comments. Give them props, people. That's what we're here for. But this week started my musical week. Well, Tuesday I do trivia, so I don't go out on Tuesday nights for any music, but I do my trivia gig at Mr. Burroughs. But then on Wednesday, swung into Milano's. First of all, tried to win the Queen of Hearts at Mr. Burroughs, or my wife did, so to speak. Did not win. 50,000 it's up to. That's pretty good. And we rolled up to Milano's in Miami Township, or Miamisburg as it's known. I want to give Sean Cooper a big shout out. Thank you for the hospitality as always there. It's a great venue to hear some live music in. They have solos and duos playing in there. Got to hear Shane DeMoss from Until Rust doing his solo thing. And I will tell you, I've had a lot of people tell me, I love Until Rust, but I saw them a lot and they're not playing as much anymore. But if you haven't seen Shane's solo show, say that 3 times fast, you're missing out. It's a totally different show than Until Rust. I mean, he sprinkles some of the Rust stuff in, but he's doing some really good music, people. And it's a whole change of pace. So don't just classify it as, I saw Until Rust a couple of weeks ago. I'm not going to go see him, because his solo show is great. And you need to check it out. He did a wonderful job at Milano's. And I want to say something, too, about him. Shane, when he plays with Rob, Rob plays the lead licks and some things in a little more technical guitar than Shane plays. He strums along and sings a lot. But his guitar skills have improved, unbelievably. And you have to do that when you're playing solo. So he does a great job. And we had a great time with him there. Some really good music, some really off-the-wall stuff that you'd never expect to come out of Shane. And you need to go check out that solo show if you can, guys. And he rotates through there at Milano's and Mo Harrigan's Tavern and some places like that. Listen for him on our Thursday show if you hear some solo gigs and can get out and check it out. It's definitely a good show, as Mark Robinson would say. Scott Luck says it's National Buy Your Significant Other a Guitar Day. There we go. I'm going to classify it in here right now with what I'm having issues with is it's National Buy the Host Some Lights Day. I need some new studio lighting in here. These lights are terrible that I have, but they're old. They really are. And they're warm. They're LEDs, but they're just, they're old warm. Jim McCarthy, how are you? Said Gina rocked the tune with Second Wind. I saw a little bit of that. That was cool. Always, those guys are wonderful. Second Wind. and need a big bag of Skittles to find the rainbow, or, Heath Bowling at the end of the rainbow. He's our leprechaun, wherever he might be. He's not on here today, but we'll call him that. Ray said Stony Doperella was Jocko's in Delhi. Love seeing them. They're great. They are. What's Don got to say? Cashmere at Little Miami Brew. Never seen them. I've seen Catalina Wine Mixer, Don. They're awesome. If you like yacht rock, that's great stuff. And some of Second Wind afterwards. Good deal, Don. And who has awesome pizza? Hollywood? I don't know. I missed something. Oh, maybe Milano's. I don't know. Maybe you're talking about Milano's. And yes, Sean, it was good to see you Sunday as well. And always fun to see you. Thanks for the comment there on YouTube. We appreciate that. Sean, managing up there at Milano's, and he's really into the music. So if you get in there on Wednesday night, he's going to have some great players playing that place. So check it out if you can. Thanks, Hollywood. I figured it was Milano's. All right. So thank you to Shane DeMoss again, guys. I did not write down a lot of the songs he did. He did a wonderful set of music. He played straight through all night. Had a lot of his fans there, so to speak, or friends that love Shane DeMoss. They go see him all the time. So it was a good crowd. Saw Shane's mom while we were there. We had a blast. Hadn't seen her in a long time. Come to find out she was sitting right next to me, and I didn't even see her when we walked in. But great to see her as well. And always good to hear the powerful vocals of Shane DeMoss. Absolutely good. Hi, Jonathan, or James. I'm sorry, James from Wichita, Kansas. Thanks for checking in today on the program. We appreciate you stopping by. That's awesome. So let's move on to Thursday. Bell and the Bear Jam. I want to talk about that real quick. The usual suspects in the house, but some other highlights for the night. And we have some pictures up on our page. But I want to talk about this young lady who's on here right now, Ray Renee. Ray Renee surprised the hell out of me on Thursday night when she did Queen's Somebody to Love and killed it. Doesn't hurt to have Mr. Jim Quest on the keyboards with you and a great band to back you up and sing harmonies with you. But Ray did a great job with that song. And I always joke about people that go out to do karaoke. Don't sing Whitney Houston and don't sing Freddie Mercury unless you're really good. And Ray nailed it. She did a great job. Yeah, Jim saw it too. She rocked it and really did a good job. What else we got here? Rachel says Shane has some pipes. He does. And always great solo and with Rob. I love him with Rob. I mean, I love the Until Rust have since I saw him day one. But yeah, that's for real. Ray Renee. Yeah, where'd you pull that from, Ray? I mean, I'm trying to think about where that came from. I'm not real sure. Even the band was a bit taken back by it. They were like, "Ooh, can we do it?" And Craig was there. He said she killed it. And yes, Bobby, you missed that one. It was a good one. So Ray Renee, always a hit at the Bell and the Bear, and always dressed to the nines, doing her great show up there. Good to see her. Mr. Rick Kern took the stage. His vocals are bar none some of the best I've ever heard. And Rick Kern slaying it as well with the house band. And just, he's one of those guys that can walk on stage and they say, let's do it. And he says, let's try it. And it happens and it works every single time. And if you haven't heard Rick Kern, the Eagles Project, Blackbone Cat, Rick Kern's solo show, lots of good stuff he does as well. So check him out. I've got to give big props, first of all, to my friend Jim Cuesta. Jim did something Thursday night that he didn't have to do, but he pulled me up there on stage and did a nice introduction of what we do and gave us some props for supporting the jam on Thursday night and such. And I want to thank Jim for that. That was very kind and very nice. But I will tell you guys, the reason that jam is successful, there's two reasons. Number one, the Bell and the Bear and the staff there who makes everything work on every night. And Karis is the conductor of that crazy train. But the house band. If you've never been to jam night at the Bell, don't even let the words open mic come out of your mouth because it's nothing like that. This jam band that is there is amazing, and they can play just about anything. and really good stuff. And yes, Jim McCarthy, Rick Kern playing Wednesday at the Bell, his solo show. Thank you for that one. I'll throw that in the comments. And what's Ray saying here? She tries to do something different. Yeah, I'm glad you do too, because some people that come in and play there, they'll do the same 3 songs all the time, and that gets a little old. So, and not that they're bad, it just gets a little old. So, yeah, if you haven't seen the house band at the Bell, guys, hello, Marcy from Mr. Burroughs. We're about to get to you, actually, on our list. But I was talking about Jim. Yeah, Kareem, you are guilty, aren't you? He's guilty. He knows it. I always tell him to branch out. He can play. Kareem can play and sing. He just got, and I love when you get up there and play bass, Kareem. That's fun to see. I never expected that the first night I saw that. That was cool. But I want to give Jim a big shout out for doing Boston Smokin'. Wow. He was good with that. So good. And Jonathan Grooms has been in the house doing some really great bass playing. If you know Jonathan, he used to play with the Menus. He's been out and about playing for a long time. Jonathan Grooms is badass. Can I say that on here? I hope I can say that. But he's one of those lead bass players. He's everywhere on the bass, and it sounds so good. And, there's so many great bass players there. Between him, Charles Moreno, Kathy Laverde, Rick Dews, who blows me away as well. And he got up there and played on Thursday night. And Thursdays are magical. And Kevin called it, I call it musical mayhem. Kevin calls it magical mayhem. But it's a hodgepodge of anybody and everybody who's who in Cincinnati music. And it's so much fun. So much fun. Gina McCann got up there and did The Thrill Is Gone. I love that song. She killed it. I saw a band do that on Sunday as well, but they did it in a style of, I guess if you went back and said like Allman Brothers style, kind of that southerny rock stuff, but it was great. Dewey said Jim Cuesta was spot on with everything he said. Thank you, Dewey. I appreciate that. Jim, that was very nice of Jim to do that night. And I really feel humbled to be part of that family at the Bell and the Bear. And Jim McCarthy said only a 3-letter word. Yeah, 4-letter words is what gets me in trouble, or gets Karis in trouble. Yeah, and Kareem, that's so true. You could charge a cover charge for that open jam, the high quality. It is. It's amazing quality. David Thornton, you got to go with me some night, man. Come down, and even if you don't want to play, sometimes the guys want to just sit and watch. The musicians suck it all in, man, and that's fine. But come down, join me for an evening down there on a Thursday. It's a lot of fun. You'll enjoy it. And yes, Chris Reese and his guys in the groove there with Gina doing The Thrill Is Gone. Chris doing Kiss by Prince, Byron, and the sax player. I didn't get the sax player's name. I know you do, David Thornton. You play every Thursday. You got a Thursday gig. Sometime if you don't, you come down with me and we'll have fun. I guarantee it. They did a little slide in from We Want the Funk, a little Parliament Funkadelic into Superstition. That went on as well. There was just so much fun going on Thursday night, Bell and the Bear. If you missed it, you missed a great night. And we were celebrating all those wonderful wins that the Bell had in the Best of Cincinnati. I mean, amazing amount of wins there. Nominated in so many categories and number ones in so many. And that, again, is because of Karis and her staff. Jam night, I got to give props to the house band. They make that night what it is. Good stuff. And Dave Wade must have showed up after me. He must have got there late. I don't remember Dave Wade being there. And no, I wasn't drinking before somebody says that, but I have to drive 30 minutes home. I don't do a lot of drinking at the Bell. I don't. And yeah, Dewey and with Jim with Crown Watts was terrific. Wow. Jim's a stellar player. He really is. Oh, Bruce, thank you, Craig. I appreciate that. Is it Batty, B-A-T-T-E, or Bate? I don't know how you say that. And Shane, you need to be making one of those jams for sure. Sit down there. We'll have a good night. Just chatting, and watching the great players. For real, for real. And I don't know if you were on here earlier, but I'll give you props again. Thank you for a great show on Wednesday night. We enjoyed it immensely at Milano's. And Saw Kern and Solo show at the MVP. Thank you for that, Gina, last Wednesday. All right. And Ray's 20 minutes the opposite direction for me on Thursdays. See how that works? That's why we got to meet in the middle to have lunch, Ray. We do. Got to meet in the middle. That's a song, isn't it? But yeah, that was our Thursday night. Let's move on real quick, guys, as we're rolling through this thing. If you saw somebody play over the weekend, you want to give them a shout out in the show, we'd love to hear from you. Don't forget, tomorrow, Karis and I will be live with Hot Topic Tuesday. We'll reveal the topic tomorrow on the page, so watch for that. And join us for some great convo, a little hilarity, and, of course, some potty mouth from her, I'm sure. Happens all the time. It does. Friday night, I did a gig of my own. I did trivia at the VFW in Kettering. Had a blast with those people. 23 teams worth of people playing. It was packed. They had a big fish fry going earlier and fun stuff. We did Happy Days, Friends, Brady Bunch, and Cheers. And then music of that era, too. The Happy Days music was songs that were played in the show. The Friends music were songs that mentioned friends, which was interesting. You're My Best Friend by Queen was one of them. The Brady Bunch, We Took You to Teen Heartthrobs. And then Cheers, we did drinking songs as well as some questions from those. So we had a lot of fun. Thank you to the people that came out at the Kettering VFW and enjoyed a great evening of trivia, despite the stormy weather that we had going on. So I want to talk about Saturday real fast. Element 3 at Mr. Burroughs Tavern. Never have seen them. Playing tunes like This Might Be the Last Time, Wooly Bully, Mustang Sally, Tush, All My Lovin' by the Beatles, Sweet Caroline. Let's see, I wrote a few more down. 19th Nervous Breakdown by the Stones. Love Me Two Times, The Doors. It was your classic dance party list for people. Yeah. Thank you, Shane. Have a good night, man. Be safe. Element 3, never seen them. 3-piece band, did a really good job. They were joking. They used to be Element 4 till the one guy ran off with a girl. So now they're Element 3. I thought that was pretty cute. But really good stuff. Nice, steady band. Solid players. And the room enjoyed them. I mean, the room was staying, and it was a late crowd there at Burroughs. We got in there a little late, and there was a whole lot of people hanging out listening to this band. So great job, Element 3, and I hope to see them again real soon. They're definitely a good band. You can tell they've played some of the club circuits, I think, maybe the Moose, the VFW circuit and all that, because a lot of their songs are what you hear there quite a bit. And it was good stuff. And a nice crowd there at Mr. Burroughs. And then Sunday, I turned around and went right back to Mr. Burroughs from 2 to 5 for Sunday Fun Day. And I didn't get a time to get the pictures up today. I'll get them up. But let me tell you something. Can I say a 4-letter word? I will. Holy shit. This band Visitor blew me away. First of all, they were loud. I got to say that for Mr. Burroughs, they were loud. But one nice thing about it is a couple of folks went up and said, "Hey, you're pretty loud. Can you tone down just a little?" And they did. And they did a nice job attempting that. They are a loud band. I'm going to say that. But these are young kids, man. I don't know how old they are, 20-somethings. And they're playing. They're going back in time. I mean, they look like a cross between, the Allman Brothers, Skynyrd, and Grateful Dead all rolled into one. Unbelievable. The drummer, crazy good. The guitarist, crazy good. And I'm going to say they're very vocally deep as well. And thank you, David Thornton, for saying that about Marcy and Rick. They're good people to work for. They are. And they love their live music at Mr. Burroughs. So, and Hollywood was there, had a chance to hang out with him. And he said it was totally insane sound. It was one of those bands where you say, wow, it's just amazing. And hi, Jonathan Grooms. Thanks for dropping by today. And as I said earlier, he is one awesome bassist. Badass, as I said earlier, was actually my quote. So, hello, Mrs. Hall Around Town. And Marcy said, stellar, unbelievable instrumentals. Yeah, these, and I'm going to call them kids because they're younger than me. I mean, they're the future of rock and roll, man. They are. I've said that about a few others, but these guys are the real deal. They were absolutely killing it. And let me tell you, the crowd there was everything from 22-year-olds to 70-year-olds, man. And nobody left. And it was loud. It was rock and roll. It was heavy. Nobody left. And I kind of wondered when I heard them start playing, I said, oh, wow, that's pretty loud. Are these people going to hang? Well, the talent just blew you away so much you had to stay and watch. I planned on being there for an hour. 3 hours later, 3.5 hours later, I was going home. So, yeah, Marcy says 20, 20, and 21. Wow. Unbelievable. And just, I don't know where they hail from. I don't know much about them. I didn't really get a chance to talk to any of them. I know Hollywood did a little bit. And thank you, Hollywood, for that. He said Sunday, fun day. Food was off the hook and a cool vibe. All right. And yeah, Sean says jam session Burroughs was buzzing. It was wild. It was so good. And if you haven't followed him yet, follow Visitor, Visitor, and go see them when they play. You'll be blown away. If you like old, like I said, Allman Brothers, Hollywood helped me out with some of the songs they played there. Throw it in the comments because I was so into it, I didn't write anything down. But he says a good, enthusiastic crowd always makes the band perform harder. Well, these kids were in it to win it. They were. And UD music majors, yeah. The drummer was crazy. Yeah, I know. It's Zeppelin, Allman Brothers. Gosh, there were so many. And they took us back in time and even looked the part. I said, the one guy could have, come off the band bus with Skinnerd. I mean, that's what he looked like. And Ray, you do need to get up to Burroughs sometime and visit and check out a good day up there. But I want to give a big shout out to Visitor. We'll get some pictures up on our page later on today, guys, so you can see some of that. There are also pictures and a video, I think, on Mr. Burroughs' page. If you want to check that out at their Facebook page, they have some good stuff up as well. So wonderful week of music for us. We're looking forward to another great week this week of music and enjoying some time out there. But there's some big props we want to give people. And yes, Visitor Dayton, Ohio band. Yes. Thank you for that, Hollywood, for throwing that in there. But yeah, if you haven't seen these kids, you got to. You've got to. And I just want to, Jonathan, yeah, it's a fun venue for live music, Mr. Burroughs is. And they have a good variety of music as well. And, I saw somebody on one of the local pages today, and I didn't catch their name or anything. They posted like on the Dayton music page or something that the Dayton music scene is dying. And that's a bunch of crap. I mean, it is. It certainly COVID put a hit on a lot of the music venues and scenes. And yes, there are several venues that closed up in the Dayton, downtown Dayton area and that kind of thing. But man, you head to South Dayton, the music scene is alive and well. And I can name a ton of venues to go check it out just within a stone's throw. I mean, it's you've got Heather's, you've got Mr. Burroughs, you've got the Barrel, all within a mile of each other. You got JD Legends 1.5 miles away from those venues. And then you go to Centerville, you've got the Hidden Gym, you've got Zink's Meats. In Miamisburg, you've got Lucky Star, you've got Star City. Let me think. Jane's on Main. Gosh, there's so many around us here that you can go catch live music. And then into Middletown, and you have Froggy's down there on the exit right off 75 in Monroe. So when people say the music scene's dead, they're wrong. They're totally wrong. Their heads in the sand. And there's a lot going on out there. So hopefully y'all continue to support these venues and the folks that bring you live local music. And Steve Stein said Friday at Bellhop Cafe with Bees Knees. Closing. Okay, there we go. Saturday he did Short of Stable at Dublin Pub. And Sunday Fun Day with Mike and Tiff at Good Time Charlie's. There you go.
And I saw Andrew up watching Visitor at Mr. Burroughs from Good Time Charlie's, the owner of Good Time Charlie's. So it's always great to see people supporting each other's venues and so on. And Monique, you need to make a trip up here as well. Hit Mr. Burroughs up. Yeah, it's a fun place. It really is. And Jonathan, that is correct. More bands playing more places now than at the beginning of 2020. I agree 100% that it's picked up. I think you're exactly right. It's so many people out there can just be keyboard warriors, man. And this guy got blasted by a lot of people when he posted that. But the music scene's not dead. Now, there are certain genres which took a hit during COVID. One was Dayton had a big blues, certainly a big blues community. And a lot of those venues that catered to them have either closed up or not doing live music anymore. So that's just an unfortunate thing. What's Crown Watts got to say? Speaking of great music, seems like people are always bitching the music scene's dead. No, I mean, go to Cincinnati, go to the Blue Note. You want to see some people packed into a place, go to the Bell. I mean, Lori's Roadhouse, if you like country, packed, good stuff. So, yeah. Thank you, Stephanie Rumke. Have a good night. And Glenn says Burroughs has great food too. Yeah, Glenn got to come up Tuesday night and check it out. Brought me my bobblehead sitting back here behind me, right there. Thank you for that, Glenn, again. That is so sweet. So nice. So that's all we've got today, guys. I want to thank you for tuning in. We've been going way too long. We're way over the time limit here that we normally do. But I had a lot to talk about. Tomorrow, Top 5 Tuesday, or I'm sorry, God, listen to me. Old brain. Hot Topic Tuesday. Used to be Top 5 Tuesday. Now it's Hot Topic Tuesday with Karis and Scott, or Scott and Karis. Join us because it's always entertaining. May not be fun, but it's entertaining. Join us. Yes, absolutely. What else we got? Anybody else have any comments before we go? Hollywood, I love you, man. Pullman Lane, Scott's Bar and Grill down there in Hamilton. That's another place I tell people about all the time. If you've never seen it or tried it, get it. Get down there. Get down there. He's got great music in there as well. He had Liars for Hire over the weekend. He did. They ventured down from up here. Hi, Patricia. Thanks for being here. Jonathan says Crown Watts, one of my faves, as well as Blackbone Cat. Yeah, I mean, technical. If somebody said to me, what's the best technical band in Cincinnati, I'd say Crown Watts every time. I mean, they're precision. So we love those guys. I love, like I said, Blackbone Cat, Eagles Project, DV8. I can go down the list of some wonderful bands in Cincinnati and some great bands here in the area. So check out some of the venues that are getting ready to open for the summer months. Heather's is one of them. She's kicking it off on May 3rd with yours truly with our Name That Tune. And then she goes right into her band season Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays happening at Heather's. So you want to check that out as well. So thank you, Jonathan, for being here. Dewey, thank you so much, guys. We appreciate you being in the house. Kareem, thank you. Well, I'm ready for you to make a triumphant return, Mr. Kareem. It's good to see you with us. Guys, catch us tomorrow at 5 o'clock. And then Wednesday with the band on Wednesday, 5 o'clock, it's Six String Hustle. We're going to have them on here. Jim says, Kramer's, yeah, another great place. Knotty Pine. I could name 1,000 places that are wonderful for live local music, and they bring it to you. So thank you all for watching, guys. We'll catch you next time. Until then, tune in and get out and support local music, live local music, if you will. That'd be great. Let's see what TJ's got to say. Where's TJ?
Hi, this is TJ from the Sons of Liberty Band, and you're listening to All Around Town Radio.
Everyone enjoys getting out on the town for some live music, and there's nothing like going backstage and down the hall for a VIP pass to the inside information and interviews with the bands, singers, and songwriters that you enjoy. Welcome to All Around Town Radio.
Working for the weekend, and I want to see a show. I flip on the poker face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man on there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So radio show for the music that comforts my soul. It's the All Around Town radio show. The All Around Town radio.
Whether you like rock, blues, folk, country, or R&B, Backstage Hall Pass delivers you a daily dose of the stories behind the music. And now, here's the host of our show, Scott Hall.
It's the Weekend Review. It's a Bible coming for you. Speaking with the fans, sometimes they don't show well. Whatever, man. We're coming, who's playing out? Off the open jam with the Who's Who of talent. Come Friday night,